Hey there Eurovision fans, it's exciting times, because in just a few days we'll be crowning a new winner. So now's the best time to talk about some of my favorite entries from this year's edition. In a year where it's only mildly strong and probably is the weakest of the whole decade so far, there are only 10 songs that I truly like. So this video is dedicated to them. As I go up the list, I'll be discussing why I love each one of them and make a quick prediction on how well I think they might do in the final. I'm pretty sure the eventual winner is within these 10 songs. But before we dive in, please make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this in the future. I'd greatly appreciate it. So let's just jump into this list with my number 10. Number 10, it's Italy's Lucio Corsi with Volevo essere un duo, a glam-tinged tongue-in-cheek reflection on masculinity and identity, delivered with Lucio's signature retro flair. It kind of blends Elton John with the band Queen. The first thing that struck me upon first watching the live performance of this song was Lucio's unique look. He's actually like a 10-bit character that came to life all of a sudden. The song itself was pleasant, but nothing more. It's only due to repeated listens that it finally grew on me, and it's upon analyzing the meanings of the lyrics that I came to appreciate it even more. On top of that, Lucio seems to be such a lovable, modest person, in tune with his flows, and the overbearing message of the song is self-acceptance, regardless of what society expects of you. This is a song that has a 70s flavor to it. It's like Elton John and Queen coming together at their prime to create a song that blends their musical DNAs. Italy has never been lower than the 7th position during the last 8 years, and I predict a similar top 10 finish for this one too. At number 9, it's San Marino's Gabry Ponte with Tutta l'Italia, a high-energy celebration of Italian pride and party culture. It's a feel-good anthem that's easy to love and groove to. In a year where some Finns are representing Sweden, a Norwegian singer representing Ireland, and a Slovakian representing Czechia, it's probably the least surprising thing to see an Italian DJ representing San Marino. The truth is, I had no idea who Gabry Ponte is before. I was vaguely aware of Eiffel 65 and their hit single back in the day, but I had no idea that Gabry was a member of that group. Having lost in this year's Sanremo Music Festival, it was a wise decision for San Marino to pick this one up and give it a proper platform to be heard worldwide, because it's such a good anthem song. But the caveat here is that Gabry is a DJ and the actual singers are most individuals that are not getting the limelight. And as much as I love the band Ghost and its nameless ghouls, this is Eurovision after all, a competition that celebrates singers as much as songs. Now I don't think this is a contender to win, but a top 10 or a top 15 finish might be on the horizon, and that would still be a very good result for San Marino. At number 8, it's Sweden with Kai and Bara Bada Bastu, a fun and silly novelty tune about saunas that's the biggest earworm for me this year. We were probably expecting this to be higher, but it's not for me. Okay, I get why this song is getting so much traction and is high up in most predictions, but for me, it's just a silly, typical novelty song that's right at home in Eurovision. I'm not naturally prone to liking novelty songs, the fast food equivalent of music, especially when there are some gourmet meals being served elsewhere in the competition. This kind of reminds me of Cotton Eye Joe by the band Adonxs back in the mid-90s. Anyone else remember Adonxs now? Ironically, they were Swedes, while Kai are Finns representing Sweden. So why is Bara Bada Bastu in my top 10? Simply because it's a catchy tune and a genuine earworm. The song structure is very typical, but I quite like how it builds up and becomes even catchier by the end. Will this win it all? I don't think so, but anything's possible at this stage. One thing's for sure, I believe there are way more deserving entries higher up on my list. At number 7, it's Netherlands with Claude, C'est la vie, a great song with an interesting backstory. It perfectly balances melancholy and charm, and that pulsating beat at the core is what made it a big grower for me. Much like Italy's entry, I wasn't really taken by this one at first, but subsequent listens changed my mind, as the song started revealing its hooks and catchy melodies. The fact that it's in French is quite unexpected. This is the Netherlands after all. They have never ever sent a song in French before, and yes, I did research it. At the end of the day, this is one of the most polished and well-produced songs of the year, and Claude delivers his vocals perfectly to match the energy of the song. You can feel this is a very personal song for him, and that makes it even more special overall. All depending on how well he does between the Chewy and the televote points, several French-speaking countries could get behind this one and push it to a top 5 finish, or it might just break the top 10. But regardless, after Joost Klein's fiasco last year, this could be a very good result for the Netherlands. At number 6, it's Switzerland with Zoe May and Voyage, a dreamy ballad delivered with ethereal vocals, lush synths, and atmospheric production that captures a unique vibe helped by the French language. As the host country, I wasn't expecting much from Switzerland this year, so I was pleasantly surprised when I heard and totally loved Voyage the day it was released. In a competition where the loudest and the most outlandish and over-the-top entries try to get the attention, Zoe goes the opposite way and achieves the same result. This song has such a unique vibe with its mellow and melancholic tone, pensive lyrics, and soothing vocal delivery. Throughout the whole song, it feels like Zoe is singing directly into your ear. It's that personal and intimate. I love how it builds towards the end, but it's a pity that it doesn't go all the way to a bigger climax. So all in all, this could have been even better, but as it stands, it's my number 6. Switzerland are not trying very hard to win again this year. And just like the Netherlands entry, several French-speaking countries could get behind this song and push it towards a top 10 finish. And no matter where it ends in the final, at least the world gets to discover the super talented Zoe May. At number 5, it's Albania's Shkodra Elektronike with Germ. Ethnic, hypnotic and mystical, one of the most unique songs in this year's competition. Germ was the very first song that I heard from this year's competition. Albanians really never waste any time to pick their entry very early on in the year, and from the very first listen I loved it. It's quirky and fresh no matter how you look at it. Beatrice's vocals and stage presence are absolutely what give this song that unique identity. While musically it's supposed to have ethnic Balkan flavors, upon my research I found out that in fact it shares a lot of musical DNA with flamenco and Andalusian music. It's that ethnic flavor mixed with pulsating electronic beats that make this song super catchy and mystical. It's one of the few songs that I never get tired of upon repeated listens. I even love the middle part with the spoken word section delivered by Cole, the male member of the group. I believe this one is going to get a healthy amount of points from both the juries and the televote, and the biggest deciding factor could be the Albanian diaspora throughout Europe. I can easily see this with the top 5 finish in the final. At number 4, it's Israel's Yuval Raphael with New Day Will Rise. Great vocals and a memorable melody make this one an instant classic. The fact that it's sung in 3 different languages is just the icing on the cake. Okay, so let's discuss the elephant in the room. I'm judging this entry in a vacuum of its own, outside the political climate it's born into, because it simply deserves it. From the get-go and the first syllables that Yuval sings, there's something incredibly soothing in her voice. It draws me in and never lets go. Musically speaking, this is a song that has such a timeless classic structure and melody. It's a song that could have come out 20, 30, 40 years ago, and that works in its favor. It's not a song that's trying to be hip, modern or trendy. It's just creating a mood and telling a story, and it achieves that incredibly well. The fact that it covers 3 different languages makes it even more special. Among all the songs from this year's edition, this is probably the one that I would add to my playlist and listen to it for years to come. Given the controversy with the country that she represents, there's no way of knowing how the points are going to come. But here's the thing, Yuval is a survivor and has a very touching personal story. Google it if you want to know more. And for that alone, I think she's going to get some extra points. This could come in the top 5 or the top 10, but regardless of the result, I'm glad that we discovered Yuval through this song. At number 3, it's Ukraine's Ziferblat with Bird of Prey, a unique song with old-time signatures and quirky chord progressions. It's such a rarity to have a classic prog rock tune in Eurovision, and this is probably the one song that surprised me the most this year. As a massive fan of progressive rock, I was completely surprised by this one. I got into Rush, Genesis, Jethro Tull, Yes and Pink Floyd in my teenage years, and prog rock is still the only genre that I'm constantly obsessed with even now. So when this obscure Ukrainian band comes and delivers a song that could have come straight from the 70s, with its old-time signatures and quirky vocals, they instantly got my attention. What I mostly love about prog rock are those lengthy compositions that exceed 7-10 minutes and allow for a song to evolve and experiment in that duration. Bird of Prey kind of manages to do that in a 3-minute format, and that's a big feat in itself. I checked to see if this is Ziferblat's true musical genre, but it's not actually. Nothing else they've released so far comes close to the uniqueness and the progressive side that we are hearing here, so I sure hope they keep up with this style in the future. Now, we all know that given the political climate we are in, Ukraine are going to be getting plenty of votes. While I don't see them winning the whole thing again, they might be getting sufficient points to be in the top 5, and that will be a super well-deserved result in my opinion. At number 2, it's Czechia with Adonxs and Kiss Kiss Goodbye, a bold electropop anthem that's so slow and builds up beautifully, blending a glossy production with raw vocals that result in a song that's just highly enjoyable from start to finish. The first thing that captured my attention with this one was Adonxs' velvety vocals. Then came the excellent instrumental composition. The way this song builds up and how backing vocals and orchestration is interwoven throughout the whole thing, it's just a piece of perfection. There's layers and layers of sonic beauty in here that reveal themselves upon repeated listens. It's certainly not your typical pop song, and that dance break in the middle also deserves its spot in the highlights. If you need proof that this song is a very solid one musically, just have a listen to the acoustic stripped down version that Adonxs released a few months ago. I especially love how the vocals evolve throughout and reach a quasi-operatic range in the end. So all in all, if Adonxs delivers this in a live performance and gets a balanced amount of points from the juries and the public, then I can see this easily in the top 3 in the final and Saturday. And finally at number 1, it's Austria with JJ and Wasted Love, a hauntingly beautiful track that explores the emotional aftermath of an unreciprocated love, with a polished production that blends multiple genres, introspective lyrics, and operatic vocals. This song perfectly blends vulnerability and virtuosity. Here's the thing, almost every year there's that one song that I hear for the very first time and I get an instant premonition, some kind of strong winner vibes from the get-go. It happened with Duncan Lawrence, Maneskin and Nemo. I didn't have it at all for Kalush Orchestra and Loreen, so it's not an exact science. This year it happened again with JJ and Austria. I still remember hearing it for the very first time the day it was released and getting goosebumps immediately. So let me tell you why this is the full package lyrically, musically and vocally for me. First off, the lyrics are quite poetic. I've never heard of a song that deals with unreciprocated love in such a classy manner. So that already draws you in if you care about excellent lyrics. And then there's those otherworldly vocals. Whether you like opera or not, this is not your typical pop-rock tune. It starts normally with soft, delicate vocals, and then opera is introduced to heighten the heartbreak the performer is going through. That deep progressive link between the lyrics and the vocal performance throughout the whole song is just perfection to my ears. Then midway through the song, there's a drum rhythm that escalates as it transitions into a more electro dance direction. That by itself is an excellent musical touch. I can go on and on about why this is the best song of the year for me, but the most important takeaway is this. No other song or performer have captivated my attention in every possible way than JJ and Wasted Love. There's not a shadow of a doubt for me that JJ can deliver this live. So fingers crossed that he gets the votes he deserves, and this could and should be the eventual winner on Saturday. That's it for now. I'll probably make another video once we have a winner. Thanks a lot for watching. Please make sure that you share your favorite songs in the comments below. And cheers!